Hi, stop for a moment, just stop. Come off automatic. If you're one of those people of the many that are working, spending time to get money, you need to hear this. The most incredible thing has happened. I hardly slept last night. Yesterday I spent the day in a room of Deca, multi-millionaire. There was in fact more than billions in the room. I've been watching this company and this system be built over the last 6 or 7 years, from where I was skeptical and didn't think anything would happen to today. I'm joining the machine. I'm becoming part of an incredible wealth building machine. And I just want a few minutes to show you what's possible. So just stop for 3 minutes, because this can and will completely revolutionize your life and your wealth building process. But if you don't need money, then just continue. You don't need to stay. But if you give me that time, those few minutes, I promise you, I absolutely promise you, it'll be completely worth the time that you're investing right now. So if you're like me, you're always looking for an opportunity to increase your wealth. And it's not that I'm poor. I have a beautiful house, I have a lop, I have a jet ski, I have a nice big Pathfinder. Everything I own is paid for. And I've driven the Ferraris and the Rolls Royces and the Panteras and the Lamborghini. You know, I've driven them. As you can see, I've done a few miles. I've had all of those things. But I'm always looking to create an opportunity where my money will work for me and not me work for the money. But it's a problem. Finding, they talk about invest, buy shares like Bitcoin and things. Yeah, right. Bitcoin has the potential to go to 0. From 20 down to what, 5 or 6,000. There's always an opportunity and a chance for those things. And you've got to know your stuff. If you're not in the forefront on where stuff is happening, where you get the inside information, you can lose your socks, your shirt, your jeans, and everything. They also talk about, guys like Ty Lopez talks about, you need to invest in property. And I've been in property. I've been a property salesperson. The problem is it takes forever. Think about this. I'm going to show you the system that I found. And you can have it free. I mean free. That is going to take away all of the stress, all of the worry, all of the need to be an expert. And for just $1,000, you can start to become a global investor with the least amount of risk I've seen in any system. And now, after my 7 years or 8 years of following these guys, I have 100% trust. I'm in. Like the jump, the free fall jump, I'm in for this thing. Think about this. If you're going to buy property, you first got to, number one, start to find the property. I've spent years, literally years, every Sunday going to look at houses. And then when you find a property, you've got to know how to do all the financial internal rate of returns and the research around the environment. And then you've got to have the money or the bond capabilities from the bank. You've got to fill in paperwork and sign your life away. And then once you do, in fact, it takes months for it to be transferred in your name, and you've got to get in and fix and paint and polish and sort out and do all the things that I don't want to do. It's too much detail for me. But now you become a landlord. So you've got to find a tenant, and you've got to vet tenants and make sure they're not going to smash your place. And they do. I have friends that are in the business. The guy sitting next to me yesterday is a multi-Deca millionaire. He's been involved in that. And so in the middle of the night you get called out because the toilet's not working, or the geezer's broken, the electricity's down, or they haven't paid the electricity bill, and now they don't pay the rent. Now you can't kick them out. And I've avoided that. I've had a nice life, but I've avoided being involved in that kind of business. Because if you look at the time that it takes to find a place, and then the effort to get it ready, and then you've got to go through the banks, and they've got to give them all the criteria, and then you've got to vet your tenants, and then you've got to look after them. And then you've got to clean after them, and when they're gone, there's a problem. And now the rates change, or the interest rates change, and now your rents change, and it's a nightmare. It takes years of your life. And I listen to the stories of people that have got houses, and I know people that are billionaires who've used property. But I've sat next to a local billionaire, and he says it's very simple. There's one kind of business premises, of commercial premises, that will never crash, that will never go down in value, because it's a very specific segment of the market that every one of us on the planet has to go to, has to have services from. But even still now, I have a friend of mine, one of my fishing buddies, who, we go fishing on the boat. Mark he's involved in buying shopping centers for billions. And he comes to me, says, listen, I've got a center, do you want in? But you need to give me 20 million. It's like, whoa, it's like so far away from where my possibility is. But I've watched this wealth building machine. I've watched them build the software, and I'm a techie, I'm a computer programmer. I've watched them build this framework, this system, this machine. I've watched the integrity of the people. I've watched where their heart is. It's not just I've met them, wow, thanks, next. I've been intimately able to see inside this machine as they've built a platform, an online platform that allows me in South Africa to invest in America and the UK and anywhere in the world where they've put properties on the platform. And what I loved with the guy's comment yesterday, he said, we've decided to be the Harrods. We're going for the upper end, the high quality class rather than the rats and mice. And what I really love with the system is when I put my money in, 1,000 or 2, they match, they go a 50-50. So they're invested in the risk and reward with me. And what you need to understand, it's not 100% guaranteed. I'm not going to lie to you. It's 99%. It's as close as you can get to hands off putting some small amounts of money. You can buy a share in a big, highly successful environment. And I don't want to tell you what their market is, because I'll tell it to you when I do my trainings. But imagine that you could sit down at your desktop and with your credit card or bank transfer of $1,000, you can buy a share with millionaires and billionaires who know what they're doing. And you can just sit in their slipstream. And you can get returns better than most others that I've been seen offered. But you can see that when you register on the site. You can register free. This is a free learning, a free education. Because property is one of the best places to build wealth. But it's been complex until now. It's been a schlep trying to do all the numbers and the paperwork and you don't want to be a landlord. You don't. Ask anybody who's got properties, they'll tell you. You don't want to be called in the middle of the night. And you can get estate agents to buffer that for you. But then they're taking their 10 or whatever percentage. I cannot tell you, I hardly slept. I'm so excited about this opportunity. And all I want to say is, come and have a look. Just come and have a look. I was in a room of mega, multi-millions yesterday. People that are global experts on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Imagine having a cryptocurrency that's backed by property. Right now, Bitcoin and all of these guys, there's nothing behind it. They've got nothing. We're going to have a digital currency that is backed by property. It's just as good as gold, like in the old days with the money. But you have to become part of our tribe. You have to become part of a small group of people that will stop long enough from their distractions and TV and all of the stuff that distracts you in life. And just come and have a look. I guarantee it can be life-changing for you. Give me your details. Have a look there. I'll send you the link. It's revolutionary. There's nothing else that I've seen like it in my many years of life. Nothing. You owe it to yourself, to your family, to your kids, to the legacy that you are going to leave. My doggy decided to have breakfast right now. Goldie, stop. Come and have a look. Come and begin to educate yourself. It is going to be a revolution for you. I'll see you on the other side. I'm Tony Dovale, author of Swift Success, founder of LifeMasters. the developer of the revolutionary workplace, and an excited soul that I can bring this kind of thing to humanity. I'll take you there. My God, girlie, you are making such a noise.